Welcome, everyone. I'm Lillian, your go-to cybersecurity consultant, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little different because I'm getting personal with you. I'm sharing my story as a Black woman in tech, coming from a completely non-technical background as a flight attendant, and how I overcame self-doubt and imposter syndrome to break into the tech industry. For those of you who don't know, imposter syndrome is that nagging feeling that you're a fraud, that you don't deserve to be where you are, or that at any moment, people will figure out that you're not as competent as they thought. It's something that many of us, especially women and people of color, experience at some point in our careers, and it can be crippling. The tech world, which is often male-dominated and lacks diversity, can make you feel even more like an outsider, especially if you come from a non-traditional background like I did. But here's the good news. I made it. And today, I want to share with you 10 tips that helped me push through those feelings of self-doubt and thrive as a cybersecurity consultant. If you've ever felt like you don't belong in tech, or you're thinking about switching careers but feel out of place, this video is for you. Let's dive in. Starting from scratch, my non-technical background. Before I became a cybersecurity consultant, I worked as a flight attendant. That's right, no tech degrees, no early coding experience, nothing. I was in a completely different industry. At first, moving into tech felt like an impossible dream. I didn't even know where to start. And let's be real, being Black, being a woman, and coming from a non-technical field felt like 3 massive hurdles I had to overcome. The tech industry is still overwhelmingly male-dominated, and there's a lack of diversity, both in terms of race and gender. So, when I decided to make the jump into tech, I often found myself in rooms where nobody looked like me. It was intimidating, and there were definitely moments when I questioned whether I belonged. The imposter syndrome hit hard. I constantly wondered if I could really keep up with people who had been in tech their entire lives, or if I would ever gain the respect that my male colleagues seemed to get so easily. But here's the thing. I'm thriving in cybersecurity today. And I want to share the 10 tips that helped me overcome those doubts and succeed. These are tips I wish I'd known when I first started my journey. 1. Embrace your unique journey. The first thing I had to accept was that my path didn't need to look like anyone else's. Coming from a non-technical background, like being a flight attendant, doesn't disqualify you from succeeding in tech. In fact, it gives you a unique perspective that many people in tech don't have. When I was working as a flight attendant, I developed a ton of skills that transferred over to cybersecurity, communication, crisis management, and the ability to work under pressure. In tech, you're often dealing with stressful situations, like responding to security breaches, and my experience handling difficult situations in the air translated surprisingly well. For example, as a flight attendant, I learned how to de-escalate tense situations, which is an essential skill when working in a Security Operations Center, SOC. In cybersecurity, when a system gets breached, everything can turn chaotic. My ability to stay calm under pressure made me more effective in handling security incidents. Here's the thing, tech isn't just about coding. It's about problem-solving, thinking on your feet, and working well with others. Don't discount the skills you've built in your previous career just because they weren't technical. So, my first tip is, embrace your journey. Own your unique path into tech. Whether you come from hospitality, healthcare, or the arts, your past experiences bring value. Don't let anyone tell you that your background doesn't belong in tech. 2. Leverage your soft skills in a tech world. When I first started out, I felt like I had to learn everything from scratch, from networking protocols to encryption methods. But what I quickly realized was that tech isn't just about technical skills. In fact, the soft skills I'd gained as a flight attendant were incredibly valuable. For example, My ability to communicate clearly and calmly under pressure became a huge asset when I started working in incident response in cybersecurity. In the air, I was responsible for the safety of hundreds of passengers, and in cybersecurity, I was responsible for responding to security incidents that could impact thousands of users. Tech companies need people who can talk to non-technical teams, translate complex concepts into plain language, and collaborate across departments. My background in customer service gave me the ability to connect with people and explain difficult things in simple ways, skills that helped me stand out in a world filled with jargon. One example of this was during a major security incident at my first cybersecurity job. While the tech team was handling the technical response, I was able to bridge the gap between them and the non-technical executives, explaining the risks, next steps, and the timeline in a way that everyone could understand. That communication skill made me a valuable part of the team. If you're coming from a non-technical background, my second tip is this: leverage your soft skills. Your communication skills, problem-solving abilities, and teamwork experiences are just as valuable in tech as coding. Sometimes, even more so. 3. Overcoming imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is something that almost everyone faces at some point in their career, but for me, it was magnified by the fact that I'm a black woman in a predominantly white, male industry. Add to that my non-technical background, and there were many times when I felt like I didn't belong. I would walk into tech conferences, be the only black woman in the room, and wonder, am I really supposed to be here? I felt like I had to prove myself twice as hard, once for being a woman and once for being black. But here's the thing I had to realize: imposter syndrome doesn't just disappear overnight. It's completely normal to have doubts, especially when you're entering a field where people don't look like you or share your background. But over time, I realized that everyone experiences imposter syndrome, even the most seasoned professionals. Realizing that even the experts I admired had moments of self-doubt helped me put my own feelings into perspective. One of the most helpful things for me was building a community of support. I sought out mentors, connected with other women in tech, and joined groups where I could talk about my experiences. Hearing that others, especially other women of color, had similar struggles made me feel less alone and more supported. My third tip is to acknowledge imposter syndrome, but don't let it control you. Surround yourself with people who can support you, and remind yourself that doubt doesn't mean you're unqualified. It just means you're growing. 4. Don't be afraid to ask questions. This is one I struggled with a lot early on. Coming from a non-technical background, I felt like I should already know the answers, or worse, that asking questions would reveal how little I actually knew. But what I learned was that the smartest people ask the most questions. For example, I remember when I first started learning about threat models and concepts like denial of service, DOS, attacks. It was overwhelming. Terms like packet flooding, SYN floods, and distributed denial of service, DDoS, all sounded like a completely different language. It felt like I was drowning in jargon. But the best way I found to learn was by asking questions, even the most basic ones. For example, I asked, what exactly happens during a DOS attack? How can a single attack bring down an entire network? I learned that a DOS attack happens when an attacker floods a network with so much traffic that it overloads the system, making it impossible for legitimate users to access it. Understanding this not only made the concept less intimidating, but it also made me realize how important asking these questions was. So, my fourth tip is, don't be afraid to ask questions. Whether you're in a meeting, in a course, or talking with colleagues, asking for clarification doesn't make you less capable, it makes you more informed. The more you ask, the more confident you'll feel. When you're in a room full of people who seem to know more than you, remember, everyone started somewhere. Asking questions shows you're eager to learn and grow. 5. Take action, even when you feel unprepared. One of the most important things I've learned in my journey is that you're never going to feel 100% ready. Whether it's applying for your first tech job or signing up for a challenging certification, there's always going to be that voice in your head telling you to wait until you're more prepared. But waiting for the perfect moment can hold you back for years. I remember when I first thought about applying for jobs in cybersecurity. I didn't feel ready. I wasn't sure I had enough technical skills, and I definitely didn't feel like I belonged. But one day, I realized that if I didn't just go for it, I would never move forward. So, I started applying anyway. Guess what? I landed my first tech job, not because I knew everything, but because I showed a willingness to learn. I took that leap before I felt completely ready, and it opened doors for me that I never thought possible. Tip number 5 is, take action, even when you feel unprepared. You don't need to know everything to start. Apply for the job, sign up for the course, attend the conference, take that first step. You'll be surprised at how much you're capable of when you push past your doubts and just go for it. 6. Focus on continuous learning. Coming from a flight attendant background, I knew I had a steep learning curve ahead of me, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, I decided to approach it with curiosity. In tech, you're never done learning. The landscape is constantly evolving, and even the most experienced people are always updating their skills. When I transitioned into cybersecurity, I took online courses, attended webinars, and joined communities where I could learn from others. I started with certifications like CompTIA Security Plus, which helped me build a solid foundation in cybersecurity principles, and then I moved on to more advanced certifications like CISSP, Certified Information Systems Security Professional. I made it a habit to dedicate time every week to learning, whether that was reading security blogs, listening to podcasts, or doing hands-on practice in a virtual lab. My 6th tip is, commit to continuous learning. Tech evolves quickly, and staying up to date is essential if you want to succeed. Don't be afraid to start with the basics and build from there. Whether you're watching tutorials on YouTube, joining online courses on platforms like Udemy or LinkedIn Learning, or engaging in cybersecurity communities, every new skill you learn brings you one step closer to your goals. 7. Celebrate your wins, big or small. This is something that took me a while to understand, but it's so important. When you're breaking into a new field, especially as a Black woman in tech, it's easy to focus on how far you still have to go. But it's just as important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. When I passed my first certification exam, I didn't downplay it by thinking, it's just one step. I celebrated it as a major achievement. Each milestone, whether it's landing a new job, completing a project, or even just learning a new concept, is worth celebrating. Taking time to acknowledge and celebrate those victories gave me the motivation I needed to keep going, even when I was feeling overwhelmed by everything I still had to learn. My final tip is to celebrate your wins, big or small. Recognize how far you've come, and give yourself credit for every success along the way. Self-doubt can thrive when we ignore our accomplishments, so take the time to appreciate your progress. 8. Reframe negative self-talk. Imposter syndrome feeds on negative self-talk. That inner voice that says, "I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, or I don't belong here." Trust me, I've been there, and it's one of the hardest things to overcome. But here's a trick that worked for me: reframe those negative thoughts. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, start focusing on what you can. When I caught myself thinking, "I'll never understand this encryption concept," I'd reframe it into, "I'm still learning, and I'm getting better every day." It's a small shift, but it changes the narrative in your head. So my 8th tip is, Challenge negative self-talk. Turn those "I'm not enough" thoughts into "I'm still learning, and that's okay." You'll be amazed at how this simple mindset shift can change your confidence over time. 9. Build a network of support. In tech, and really any field, it's important to find your people who lift you up, support your growth, and remind you of your strengths. I can't emphasize enough how much having a support network helped me push through my toughest days of self-doubt. Whether it's through mentorship, joining communities for women in tech, or simply connecting with colleagues who get what you're going through, these relationships are critical for your success. Surrounding yourself with people who support you helps quiet the imposter syndrome voice. My 9th tip: build a network of people who support you. Not only will they remind you of your worth, but they'll also provide opportunities for learning and growth. 10. Remember you're not alone. Finally, you're not alone. Imposter syndrome is common, and the feeling of not being enough or not belonging isn't unique to you. We all go through it. Even those people who seem super confident on the surface often feel the same way. For me, realizing that others, even people I admired, also experienced imposter syndrome helped ease my self-doubt. It helped me see that struggling doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So my final tip is this: remember, you're not alone. You belong, and you deserve to be here just as much as anyone else. Final thoughts: my journey as a Black woman in tech. My journey from being a flight attendant to becoming a cybersecurity consultant wasn't easy. I dealt with imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and the feeling that I didn't belong in a space dominated by men. But I'm here to tell you that you belong. Whether you're a woman, a person of color, or someone coming from a non-technical field, you have a place in tech. If I can make this transition, so can you. Don't let anyone tell you that your background disqualifies you from success. Your journey is unique, and that's what makes you powerful. I hope these 10 tips help you as you start your own journey. If you've ever felt out of place or unsure about your career transition, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.